Hello, everybody, to Check the Gate Live. In tonight's show, it's my great pleasure to have as a guest the wonderful violinist Nemanja Radulovic, who will join us now from Paris.
Hey guys,
Hey, Nemanja. Hi.
how are you?
Very
Great to see you.
well. Good to see you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Almost ready to go to sleep. Actually, all this new situation, it's you have much more time to rest and to do all the things which you never have time to do. So I'm quite happy to be home finally.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, Nemanja. It's also personally good to see you. So let me ask you the first question for today. I
Yes,
know
sure.
you as a wonderful, passionate musician. What are the other passions of Nemanja Radulovic?
Well, of course, music. It's first of all, I mean, it's my profession today, but before everything, it's my passion, and everything which is connected to the art. It's my passion. The theater, the movie, the creation, any kind of creation, any kind of music, and yeah, I think especially in the times, like what we have right now, and also what I had in the past with the war when I was young in my country. It's it's the perfect way to filter all kind of information and emotion that you have every day, that you're receiving every day. So yeah, that's finally my biggest passion. But on the other hand, I love spending the time with the people. I think this is also something that I can say that is my passion, because I think we can learn the most in our proper experience, and also from the others. And that's why I love be surrounded by people.
Very good. You mentioned that you came from Serbia to
Yeah.
Paris.
Mm.
So, can you tell us what of the beautiful Serbian culture did you bring to your home in Paris with your family?
Well, Serbian people, I think Yugoslavian people, because when I was born, it was still Yugoslavia. Then my country changed several times the name, and today it's Serbia. But in Serbia already you have a different on the north part and on the south part, where I come from. I'm from the south of the country. It's already very different. But what is very common in all those Balkan countries, it's the way that people are receiving, and they're very warm, and that's why you can always. I don't know, enjoy the music in any kind of circumstances. And yeah, so this is something which I like to share also with the French culture. But I'm happy today to see, with the time I can appreciate even more my basic culture, from that part of the world, and I'm very happy to discover also new cultures, and especially with the with the music. We travel a lot, and we learn a lot about different cultures.
Absolutely, yes.
I mean,
So,
because you spent many times in Istanbul, so there is also big influence in my country from the Turkey, and but also on the other side from Austro-Hungarian. So it's the mixture of both cultures, and yeah, we are right in the middle.
yeah, absolutely. So, you said about now the culture and how you basically also enjoy that to reflect on the culture. So, we have, performed many times in different places, and I have to
Mm.
say personally, I always loved your outfit, which is very specific. So
Oh,
my question is, what are you wearing privately? Is the style the same like you're wearing on stage, or you have a different style when you're private?
It depends. Yes, it depends. If I like right now, to wear the pajama and
Yeah.
some jeans and other stuff. But no, when I go out, basically it's always the same. Of
Okay.
course, when I go on stage, I take care a little bit more. To somehow it's important not only for the audience but also for us, because it's kind of ritual that we are doing during the day, during the whole preparation, with the warming up, with so many different things. So yeah, it's funny because many people think that this is something that uh, I'm trying to do something with my style, but actually it's like complete freedom. I think an artist should be completely free when he is on stage, um,
Beautiful.
because then you can really give 100% of yourself. And if you don't feel good with outfit that you are wearing, or with some suit which is too small, with the violin, the position, it's complicated.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. I also was trying a little bit like that, but I think you found a fantastic way. I really love it.
So
Let's go a little bit to the artistic things, and maybe some
yes.
viewers are interested in when you are studying your music. How do you study it? I mean, first you basically are going through the piece, right? You study technically, so to find solutions for everything. But then, when you study your interpretation, how are you doing it? What are your resources? What is the process, the basic process when you study?
Hmm. Actually, I'm doing a little bit opposite. First of all, when I take the new score, I try to play from the beginning until the end, just to have one idea of the interpretation. And just after that, I start working on the technical stuff. And then I try always to use the technique just to make better interpretation and to go deeper into the interpretation. But I will not focus so much anyway in the last, I would say, 10 years. I don't focus anymore so much on the technical stuff. And actually, it was in the time when I had to record Paganini concerto, and I didn't practice Paganini for many years, because I played it quite a lot when I was very young. And after I spoke with my professor in Paris, Patrice Fontana-Rosa, and he told me that I should listen to the opera, to the Rossini, to singers, to find the way of to express actually Paganini's music. And in that moment, I could understand that when you put so much effort into something which is very technical, you will never succeed completely. But if you have an idea of the interpretation, then you will find the way much faster and much more naturally, actually, to focus on that technical stuff. So
Right.
that's why I don't lose so much time with the technical stuff. Of course, there are some pieces that you really have to do it slowly and to have time. But yeah, the new piece, I'm always focused on the first instinct.
So talking about these artistic visions, what is something like the biggest dream for you?
Sorry, can you repeat once
What
more?
is the biggest dream for you, artistically speaking?
It's a very difficult question. I think I cannot just answer like that. I must say that in the last 20 days, because I'm finally in this quarantine almost 20 days, um, I had time actually to realize what I have been doing in the last few years, because when you go on tour like daily and you prepare a new recording and you want to practice to be prepared for the concert and somehow to enjoy the live, to be with people, you don't have so much time actually to realize what you have been doing during the past time. So this period, for me, it's really nice because I can go back and realize what I have been doing. So in the future, I don't know. Maybe also this period will change some of my dreams, and we will see. But anyway, my wish is to be able to express through the music what I feel, and to express composers' emotions, and probably to make a little bit more chamber music, and that's it for now.
I think it's beautiful. Are you seeing the questions? I'm going to see what.
So how do we see the questions?
I see it. So there is from Oriol Croissant. Did you ever mix your instruments up, meaning going on stage with your viola instead of your violin?
Well, not that one, but I mixed once the concerto.
Really?
I thought it was not the concert; it was the first rehearsal. I was completely sure that I have to play a Beethoven violin concerto, but actually it was Mendelssohn. So so it was especially in Mendelssohn you don't have so much time to prepare. But because in that time I was playing both concerti, and I just arrived completely sure that it was Beethoven, and finally it was Mendelssohn. But it was good because I prepared for the week before, so it was quite okay.
And Eileen asks, what advice do you give for a young soloist for the start of the career?
What is very important, I think, not only in our time, but any time, is to try to follow their own instinct, what they feel that they should do. Because in the music world, you have so many people that you are meeting, colleagues, first of all. But then you have agents, you have production, you have so many different kind of people, and they will all try to give you the best advice, which is great. But at the end, sometimes you get so much information that you are a little bit lost and you don't know how to deal with all of that. So that's why it is important to follow our own instinct and what we feel that we can do the best in that particular moment. But also it's important to have 2 or 3 people around with who you can share all those things, and you can trust 100%. So that's why it is important to have a good agent, not only to find you the best concerts to play, but also to give you a good advice about the collaborations with different artists, about the repertoire also, and that's it.
Well, I think it's a very beautiful advice. Thank you so much for this. Really, very beautiful. There is also Masao asking when you're coming back to Japan.
Japan, I am coming back this autumn. We will go on a big tour with Devil Trills, Tri du Diable. We will do Japan, Shanghai, China, and Korea. So it's gonna be something like 2 or 3 weeks. Hopefully, everything is gonna be okay until then. And then I'm very happy because I will play with you in Japan also next season. Beethoven violin concerto, and which actually we never played together. So I'm.
No, it will be our first Beethoven. Yeah, yes, it's true. I can't wait.
And it's in the beautiful hall. It's Suntory Hall, right? And yeah. So
Very beautiful.
yeah.
Yes. So, as my personal last question, you have done in your repertoire from Bach to Paganini, from basically German standard repertoire, romantic, classical. We have done so many new things, also like Khachaturian.
Mm.
What is the next Nemanja Radulovic artistic path? What is on the list? Can you give a little bit away from the secret, maybe?
Well, it's finally always the period which I really like to explore. It's classicism, um, because with Mozart, with Haydn, with also Schubert and Beethoven, you have so many place for the interpretation. In the romantic music, which I love personally, but sometimes it's very difficult not to cross the line, of something which is not anymore good interpretation, but maybe too much. If you put too much of your personality into the romantic music, it can be really not good. But somehow in the classical period, you always have enough place just to imagine, what you can do, and you can leave your own touch. And also, I think that period of classical music, it's really made for the people. I think everyone can listen that kind of classical music, and yeah, probably I will go in that direction.
Very
Mozart, or
beautiful. Thank you
yeah.
for sharing with us. Now, at the end, Nemanja, you have prepared something special for our audience, which you want to
Yes. By the way, I would love to play something, but right now I cannot because I'm not alone in the in my house, and some of them are already sleeping. So I prepared you the list of the recordings that I like to listen right now, and that I'm listening with my family. So there is Mozart symphonies by Simon Rattle and Berlin Philharmonic. This one is so full of life, and it gives so many, power and energy in this period. Then I have the music from the film of Emir Kusturica from the last movie, On the Milky Way, or On the Milky Road. I don't know what is the English translation. It's by Stribor Kusturica. He composed the music. Then there is also, you asked the question of Oriol. Oriol is a young composer from Barcelona. And I met Oriol a few years ago, and he just released his last album, and the name is Now. So I think it's perfect music, especially in this period to listen, because there is a lot of meditation, and I think everything is about right moment, now. So that's the third one. Then of course Muse. Muse. It's always good to give everything, and to dance, and to sing and to scream. and the last, I would say, Patricia Petitbon, her last album, L'amour, la mort, la mer. And I think it's very very personal album for her. She had such a emotionally strong year last year, and she prepared that album with Suzanne Manoff, wonderful pianist. And I recommend those 5 albums to everyone.
Thank you so much for this recommendation. For sure, I will listen to them very soon. And also from me to you, to all your family in Paris, all the best wishes.
Yeah, the same to to you and your family in Vienna and
Thank you.
anywhere.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you so much. At this point, I also would like to say the next Check the Gate live show is tomorrow. Our wonderful host, Ken Reis, will host another episode of Opera Launch. And this time
Cool.
it will be Angel Joy Blue who will be joining from New Jersey, and they will talk about all the things happening in the world of opera. So don't miss it here on Check the Gate. Nemanja, again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a good
Ciao.
sleep.
Good
Ciao.
night, everybody. Thank you
Good
for
night.
watching.
Bye.